Well, hello, welcome to reading through of Plato's work, the Crito, and I got up to the end of the last reading, up to this section here. And so at this stage, Crito has suggested to him that the boat's going to arrive today, and he finishes off by saying that is necessary, there will be necessity indeed on the morrow, O Socrates, for you to end your life. Now Socrates now replies, Al o Kriton tuke agathe, e taute tois theois philon, taute esto, mentoi oimai, hexen autotemeron. Well, now the al at the beginning of a sentence can mean come or well then, rather than but. You can translate it as but if you like. But a Creton. Now this is idiomatic. It's for good fortune. So it's something like may it be in good fortune. So may it be for the best. If it is dear to the gods for it to happen, understand, on this day, taute, I think you've got to supply hemera here. So if on this day it is dear to the gods, esto, let it be on this day. Mentoi, however, ou oimai, I do not think it. Now this is a future infinitive from heiko. It is about to come. Temeron, you also get semeron, today. Crito replies, pothen tuto tek mere. Well, tek meromai is to conjecture here. So from whence do you conjecture this? Socrates replies, ego soi ero, te gapu hysteria de me apothneskein, e he an elthe top ploion. I will tell you. For, now the pu is sort of indefinite here. It's sort of like perchance or perhaps. It is necessary for me, apothnesko, to die on the day, on the following day, to die on the following day, rather than, for the a, on the day in which, that's the hay here, the boat might come. So for it is perchance necessary for me to die on the following day, rather than the day on which the boat might come. Crito replies, Fasige toi de hoi tuton kurioi. Notice we get cascading accents here. The toi is enclitic, which puts its accent back on the ge, which is enclitic, and puts its accent back on farsi, which itself is in fact enclitic. So it's now the hoi kurioi. Well, these are the masters. So it's something like, this is the 11 really who were charged with the supervision of prisoners, seeing the execution of prisoners. So it's something like perhaps those in charge for the kurioi. So did those in charge of these things indeed say, so we get a combination of particles here, the toi possibly for soy, to you. So did they indeed, in fact, say this to you? And it's present. Are they? Is this? They are telling you these things. So so did those in charge of these? So those in charge of these things are in fact telling you these things. It's not a question here. It's just a statement. U toi nun tes epiuses hemeras oimoi, auto hexen apotes heteras. So I do not think, therefore, that it to be about to come on the coming day, the epouses hemeras, the epouses from epiami, on the coming day, but on the other one, that is the following day. So, but the next one. Tekmeramai, I conjecture this from a certain enupneon. This is from enupneon, a dream. I conjecture this from a certain dream, which I saw oligon proteron a little before tautes tes nuktos during this night. Kai kindunues in kairotini ukagerai men. We get idiomatic here. It's something like you seem most opportunely. So it's literally you run the risk in a certain opportune time not to wake me up. So the kindunuo in Plato often has this just equivalent to docio, to dokes. So you seem to have not to have wakened me opportunely, or most opportunely. Again, idiomatic for en karotini. Because had he woken him, he wouldn't have seen the dream. Crito replies, ein de tito enopnion. And what indeed was this dream? Socrates replies, edoke tis moi gune proselthusa kale ka euedes, luca himatia ekusa kalesai me kai a pain, and then I'll break there. A certain woman who was beautiful and euedes, of good appearance, having white clothing, so wearing white clothing, seemed to me, having approached, to have called out to me and to have said, "O Socrates," and to the next page, and then we get a quotation here, which of course is from Homer, and it's from Iliad, book 9, line 363, if you're looking it up. It's Ema tiken tritato phthean eribolon hikoio, which is literally on the third day you would come, ken for an, hikoio is optative from from hiko and connected with hikneomai. You would come on the third day to Phthia, which is, well, very fertile. Now Phthia, of course, is the homeland of Achilles, and in context this is where Achilles threatens to leave the war and return home. Now, it's probably a pun intended here on the name Phthia, which is the name of where Achilles comes from, and the verb phtheno, which is to die. So it's meant to be a pun here, and Socrates claims that this dream gives him the hint that he's going to die on the third day. Crito replies, atopon to enupneon, O Socrates. This dream is very strange, very unusual, O Socrates. Socrates replies, energes men un, hos gemoidoke, O Criton. The menun, sort of almost, yes, it was indeed very vivid, energes, very clear in intent, So it indeed seems to me, O Crito. So the dream was very odd, but Socrates says yes, but it was indeed very vivid, in my opinion, O Crito. And that's the next section of, or this is in fact the end of what I will call chapter 2.